YouTube. My name is Elizabeth, and I go by Lizzie. But before anyone comments, yes, I have a snap cat. Isn't it just fantastically beautiful? I thought so too. Anyway, I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about this new COVID-19. And I have been in my home for, well, now I can't even remember. It was when the first case ever started in the US. I have not left my house. I am miserable. They closed the schools, so my oldest can't go to school, and my youngest has special needs. And he has 17q12 duplication syndrome. So the only places we are allowed to go are doctor's appointments, and that's it. We are taking the precautions so that we don't get sick. But my son, he has many complications due to his genetic disorder, which is pretty scary. He can get sick on the drop of a hat. He got the flu, and then he developed complications from the flu, and then we were almost admitted, and it was just a lot of stuff. So if he gets this COVID-19, it's gonna be very scary. So for all those who don't think this is serious, you don't have a child that has a low immune system. And this new disease can send us into the pediatric intensive care unit. That is how serious this can be for him. And, at first I really thought that maybe the government was overreacting to something like this, until I really started to do some research, and I really started to understand the gravity of this situation. The largest pandemic the US has ever seen, or the world has ever seen, was in 1918 to 1920, and that was the Spanish flu. And that killed 15 million people. 15 million. That was the largest pandemic the world had ever seen. And this one is creeping up there. They're trying to get ahead of the curve with all of this. That's why social distancing is so important. And while we were quarantined, my house is spotless. I found joy in cleaning and spending a lot of time with my kids, more than what I would have if my oldest would be at school. And I feel like the government closing down certain places and everything, I feel like that's a really, really good thing, because it could be really bad for some people. And I just wanted to express my feelings on this new development, and this is nothing to play around with. Nothing. And to have a child like this, it's so scary. And if you're not a parent, and if you don't know someone that's special needs, that has a low immune system, then I don't think that you're going to understand the fear that goes into something like this. And some people may say, oh, well, you're overreacting too. And my answer to that is, I would rather be overreacting than not reacting at all and not taking precautionary steps to ensure that this will not get as bad as a Spanish flu, because that was horrible, absolutely horrible, heart-wrenching. And we're lucky that we live in the 21st century when we have cell phones, internet, all that to keep in touch with people. Imagine feeling so isolated in the 1900s. 1918, they didn't have our luxuries that we have today. So we still have phones to communicate with others. And I feel like we should start taking things more seriously and seriously thinking about those who are at risk for complications. And I just wish everyone the best, and I will keep updating on things. We have to go to doctor's appointment tomorrow and Wednesday, so just wish us luck. So thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and later when I have time I will sit down and I will explain 17q12 and make a little video for everyone so that I can spread the awareness of this rare genetic disorder. Alright, well, Mr. Bickles and I say goodbye. Say goodbye, Bickles. Okay.